We were discussing Gay-Lussac's law of gaseous volumes. It states when gases react, these do so in terms of volumes which bear a simple ratio of volumes of reactants. Products also if gases. Products also if gases. Let us reproduce when gases or vapors of volatile liquids react. These do so means react. These react in simple ratio by volumes of reacting gases. Products also if gases or gaseous. Products also if gaseous. We discussed examples. We shall give an illustration of this part and then move on to solving some questions. When we say 2H2 plus O2 gives 2H2O, this is a gas, and water vapors ratio between volumes of reactants and gases to 1:2. But if we have 2H2 plus O2 to water, this is gaseous liquids. It is just H2 is to O2, 2:1. Water is liquid. It will be excluded from this example. We have NH3 gas, HCl gas giving rise to ammonium chloride. It is a solid substance, sublimation product. Like Gay-Lussac's law, and we have ammonia is to HCl, it is 1:1. Ammonium chloride being a solid is excluded from it. But more important example is when we take water into different physical states. Vapor states, its volume matters. In liquid state, its volume has to be excluded because this law is for gases or vapors of a volatile liquid. This law guides us to find out or calculate volumes of reacting gases to be taken and volumes of gaseous products to be formed. For example, we have what volume of oxygen would be required to burn to burn 50 milliliter of hydrogen completely. 2H2 plus O2 to H2O. We are not asked anything about water. We shall focus between hydrogen and oxygen only. Given what given it is 50 milliliter of hydrogen and volume of oxygen is to be calculated. 2 milliliters. This is in terms of milliliters. This 2 will be in terms of milliliters. 2 milliliter of hydrogen require oxygen equal to 1 milliliter and 50 milliliter of hydrogen, 50 over 2, it is 25 milliliter. This is a simple calculation. Ideal conditions, equation between or reaction between or combustion of hydrogen in presence of oxygen. If we are to burn 50 milliliter of hydrogen completely, we shall require 25 milliliter of oxygen for this system. We have another type of problem. Equal volumes of sulfur dioxide and oxygen are allowed to combine. What actually happens in the reaction? What actually happens in the reaction? Which of the reactants is used or consumed completely? It is burning of or oxidation of sulfur dioxide to give rise to sulfur trioxide. To balance it, we write 2 here and 2 here. We write 2SO2 plus O2. This is a gas. This is a gas. What is given to us? V milliliter of sulfur dioxide and V milliliter of oxygen. Equation or balanced equation says 2 volumes of sulfur dioxide require 1 volume of oxygen. We are given V milliliter or V liters of sulfur dioxide and V liters of oxygen. Direct application, 2 volumes of sulfur dioxide require 1 volume of oxygen. If we have taken V milliliter of it, how much oxygen is required? Half of this, that is V over 2 milliliter of oxygen will be required. 2 milliliter of sulfur dioxide require 1 milliliter of oxygen. Its V milliliter will require V over 2 milliliter of oxygen. As soon as V milliliter of sulfur dioxide is oxidized to sulfur dioxide, reaction will come to an end No doubt oxygen is still there. We took V milliliter, half of it is used, half of it is used, and we are left with V over 2 milliliter. So which of the reagents reacts completely? It is sulfur dioxide. Oxygen is left unused or unconsumed. We may write it in a few sentences. From the equation or balanced chemical equation, it is clear that it is clear that 2 milliliter of sulfur dioxide requires 1 milliliter of oxygen, that is V milliliter of sulfur dioxide would require V over 2 milliliter of oxygen as soon as V milliliter of SO2 has been consumed. As soon as this volume of sulfur dioxide is consumed, the reaction will end up automatically. It leaves unused V over 2 milliliter of oxygen. We had taken V milliliter of oxygen, half of it, V over the 2 milliliter is used and V over 2 milliliter is still left. We can make a statement here: the substance which gets completely consumed, the substance, in this case sulfur dioxide, which is completely consumed, which is completely consumed, is called limiting reagent, is called limiting reagent. Symbolically, the other reagent, which becomes surplus, is called excess reagent. This is called excess reagent, which is oxygen in this case. What we should have done to completely exhaust sulfur dioxide and oxygen: for V milliliter of oxygen which has become surplus, for V milliliter of oxygen, we should have taken 2 V milliliter of sulfur dioxide and the reaction would have been completed. A brief corollary is: what volume of sulfur dioxide is produced? What volume of sulfur trioxide is produced? V milliliter of sulfur dioxide has reacted completely, and from it, after the reaction, V milliliter of sulfur trioxide would have been produced. It has been used completely. Oxygen is left unused. Of course, sulfur dioxide is completely, and this equation relates this reactant and this product. Its V milliliter will have produced V milliliter of sulfur trioxide. V milliliter of sulfur dioxide would have produced same volume V milliliter of sulfur trioxide. It was a very general statement. Equal volumes, same volumes of the two substances, sulfur dioxide and oxygen, have been taken. We had to suppose the volume, and we did it. V milliliter of sulfur dioxide and V milliliter of oxygen has been taken. We did it like this. We may be more specific. We may be more specific here in choosing the volumes. In choosing the volumes. Question is 100 milliliter of nitric oxide was allowed to combine with 40 milliliter of oxygen. Calculate the volume of NO2 produced. NO2 produced. Also name the limiting reagent. Justify your answer. Justify your answer. It is the combination between nitric oxide and oxygen to give NO2. This is the balanced chemical equation. Gas, gas, and gas. All the three substances, two reactants and the product are gases, given 100 milliliter and this is 40 milliliter. 100 milliliter of nitric oxide allowed to react with 40 milliliter of oxygen. What does this equation says? From the given equation, NO2, what's the ratio? 2, 1, and 2. We will start from oxygen to be more comfortable. To be more comfortable. 1 milliliter of oxygen requires 2 milliliter of nitric oxide, and 40 will require 80. That is, as soon as oxygen is finished, reaction will come to an end. By that time, how much nitric oxide would have reacted? 80 milliliter. So, it is not totally consumed. 80 milliliter of nitric oxide have reacted. We had taken 100, 20 milliliter of will be in excess. It is the excess reagent. Definitely, as soon as this oxygen is finished, 40 milliliter, reaction will come to an end. This is the limiting reagent. I repeat, 1 milliliter of oxygen requires 2 milliliters of nitric oxide. It's 40 milliliter will require nitric oxide equal to 80 milliliter, but it is 100. Only 80 can react. This will leave 20 milliliter unused. This is the excess reagent. With the removal of 40 ml of oxygen from the reaction mixture, reaction has come to an end. Although nitric oxide was there, this is the limiting reagent, and as said earlier, this is the excess reagent. Just think for a while, volume of NO2 that will be produced. For a while, think over. It's 80 milliliter reacted. These are in the ratio 2:2 or 1:1. 80 milliliter of nitric oxide will produce just exactly 80 milliliter of NO2, and not as expected. Okay, 100 milliliter of NO will produce 100 milliliter of NO2. When the reaction comes to an end, only 80 milliliter of nitric oxide has reacted. So it will give rise to 80 milliliter of NO2 and not 100 milliliter of NO2. So who commands the reaction? The limiting reagent. As soon as it is finished, reaction is automatically over. We may justify our statement 1 milliliter of oxygen requires 2 or simply requires nitric oxide equal to 2 milliliter. 40 milliliter of oxygen requires nitric oxide equal to 2 into 40, that is 80 milliliter. As soon as 40 milliliter of NO are consumed, the reaction is or gets terminated. That is, oxygen is the limiting reagent. As soon as 40 milliliter of oxygen are consumed, reaction is terminated. It is O2 is limiting reagent. The nitric oxide has become surplus. It is the excess reagent. The volume of NO2 will be determined from volume of NO nitric oxide consumed. The volume of NO produced 2 into 40 is equal to 80 milliliters. This is what we discussed before writing. This is what we discussed, and now we have some extra points. Volume of reactants taken. What we had taken 100 milliliter NO, 40 milliliter oxygen, 140 milliliters. Volume of products. What volume of NO was produced? 80 milliliter of NO2 plus how much nitric oxide could not be used? 20 milliliter of unused oxygen. It is 100 milliliter. What is total change in volume at the end of the reaction? Change in volume at the end is equal to volume taken 140 minus volume left at this. So this is change in volume. It is increase or decrease? This is decrease in volume. This is the extra step in this numerical. What volume of NO2 produced? I may correct it. NO2 produced. This is NO2, not NO. It is 80 milliliter. What volume of reactants we had taken? 100 milliliter of nitric oxide and 40 milliliter of oxygen, and 40 milliliter of oxygen. We may make a distance here. Total volume of reactants 140. Products 80 milliliter of NO2 was formed, and we had some unused oxygen. We had some unused oxygen. Sorry, it is unused NO2. NO. Just make a correction, minor correction. Volume of reactants taken 100 milliliters of NO, 40 milliliters of oxygen, 140. Products 80 milliliter of NO2 and 20 milliliter of unused NO. This was not oxygen. This was to be NO. The error is regretted. So change in volume at the end, 140 minus 100, this is 40 milliliter, decrease in volume. If we carry out this reaction in a given cylinder which will have fixed volume, a change or decrease in volume means internal pressure will come down or internal pressure will decrease. So this is what is happening here. This error is regretted. It was to be NO and it was not to be O2. The error is regretted again. We shall take up new topic in the next lecture or in the next lesson. Till then, it's bye.